Rock the World crew. This is Miss Iraka checking in this late Sunday night. I almost let the day get away from me, so I had to make sure that I jumped on and just gave you guys my thoughts for today. This weekend has been really eventful, really fast paced, but I definitely found time to get me some rest today. It's been I got powder on my face, excuse me. Been a very I don't like to say busy. I think busy is one of those words that's just like you're busy, but are you being productive? So I would say I've had a productive week, eventful day, but I try to avoid saying busy. But today I did manage to get me some sleep. I pretty much slept all day. I think I got up at about 6 o'clock and started moving around. Had to run a quick errand, but overall it was a good weekend. Yesterday we threw a 40th birthday small get together for my younger sister's best friend, who's one of my friends, because like I said before, I don't have a large circle of friends. I have a very small, tight-knit circle of friends and my sisters and their friends. So my sister's friends oftentimes are my friends too. So I have a small inner circle, but I have a large extended circle. So we threw a party for her last night, and it was a 90s theme party, and it was just so cool. We played cards all night. I haven't played cards in years. I grew up in a high school where cards was a prerequisite. So anybody who went to school with me, they're pretty serious card players. So these were people from my childhood. So I saw someone there that I've known since I was 5 years old. It's so rare that I bump into people that knew me as a child. So it's for me, I get a nostalgic feeling about it. I get really excited when I see people from my past. I'd be very happy. Probably too happy. It's probably off-putting, but I'd just be so happy to see familiar faces, because when you are always, when you're a traveler, you're always new everywhere you go. So it's like you have to build relationships from the ground up every place you go. And I've been gone for 20 years. So it's like me being back home, it's like somebody hit the pause button on our relationships and then just hit play all of a sudden when we bump into each other. So the reconnections have been giving me so much life, and I'm so thankful for them. But what I've been thinking about a lot lately this weekend is like being 40 plus. So I'm 41. I turned 42 in March. And I was born in 1980, so I'm a real 80s baby. But 40, like when I turned 40, I felt different. Like every birthday, people like, how do you feel on your birthday? Do you feel any different? And most people like, nah, I feel like just another day. For me, I was looking forward to 40. My dad died when he was 37, so to make it to 40 for me has been just an amazing blessing. But I remember when I turned 40, I felt different. Maybe I felt more empowered. But being 41 for me is really a place where I met this gentleman at the party, and just chit chatting or whatever, and he mentioned something about being comfortable in your no. Now, if you remember back, I did a video about using your no's and protecting your yeses. But I think I like this other version better, being comfortable in your no. It's one thing to use a no, but it's another thing to be comfortable using your no, because, when you say no, you feel like this level of guilt, like, maybe I was too rough. Maybe they really needed it. Maybe I didn't, consider everything before I made a decision. Maybe. But at the end of the day, even though you say no, life's still gonna go on for those people that you had to tell no to. So instead of sitting back looking in the rearview mirror about that no, like be comfortable in your no. And I didn't know how to articulate it until I actually heard it. And now that I'm thinking, like, that's what 40 has been for me. Like, I learned to not only start using my no's, but being okay with saying no and not allowing people to push my boundaries. Like, and that was another thing, like in my 30s, like my boundaries were like moving like goalposts. Like, I'll say I'm not gonna do something, or this shouldn't be happening, and then it happened and people bump up against my boundaries and I just slide the boundary back, slide the boundary back. Like, what's the point of having boundaries if they're movable? Since I've been 40, I've been drawing like hard lines, like, this is unacceptable. No, this is not gonna happen. Do not do this, do not do that, and like sticking to it. Even when it comes to raising my kids, I used to allow my kids to push my boundaries. No more. Like, I have to remind them I'm the adult. Like, we're not going to be having a back and forth about a decision that I've made. Like, that's it. Like, in my 30s, I think back, and I think what it was is that I didn't want to be perceived as mean. I wanted to be perceived as a team player. I wanted to be amicable. Um, but all of those things, I constantly had to compromise pieces of myself in order to be all of those things for everybody all the time. And that what I had to grow and realize probably at the end of my 30s is that no matter how many exceptions you make for people, no matter how many compromises you make for people, some folks are just never going to be satisfied. And recognizing that some people are never going to be satisfied, that means anything you do, they still going to be salty pants. So, like, why would you compromise yourself and at the end people are still going to be salty pants towards you? Like, that's bad math. So what I started doing was just accepting that I'm going to have to tell you no, or I'm not going to be able to show up because you want me to show up, or I'm not going to be able to do that thing you want me to do, and just deal with them being a little salty. Like, dare get over it, and I don't really care how people feel because that's them. That's not me. So, getting comfortable in your nose. That's what 40 has been for me. And it's like, even in simple interactions and exchanges, like learning how to just be firm in it and just being secure in your decisions. And I think that's why I talk a lot about like getting to know yourself, getting to recognize yourself, getting to know what makes you tick, don't tick, because a part of being comfortable in your nose is being confident in who you are and who you're in the decisions that you make. Nobody can move you if you know yourself, because you know exactly what your standards are. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you need. And when you move in that type of way and you know what your wants, needs are, nobody can take that from you. It's like, I don't want yellow hair. Never wanted yellow hair. But because somebody come to me and be like, oh, you look so pretty with yellow hair, why don't you make your hair yellow? I'm going to be like, no. That's how you have to be in other parts of your life. Like, those things that are foundational and core to you, that are very important and very near and dear to you, you cannot compromise on those. You cannot give people room to take that part away from you. Again, that's how you end up losing yourself, when you compromise on the things that are a part of your foundation. It's almost like when you're building a house on a cement block or a slab, and somebody come, you build a house all the way on top of it, and then somebody comes to your door and be like, hey, you seem like a nice guy, can I have the slab of your house? You're gonna be like, no, why would I give you the slab of my house? It's the same thing. Like, don't give up those things that are foundational to you. Don't give up on your spirituality. Don't give up on the way you perceive yourself as a beautiful person. Don't give up on your goals or your visions or dreams for yourself. Like, don't give up on nothing that is foundational. Those things that are uncompromisable to you, do not make any exceptions. Because if you give away a piece, you're going to keep giving away, to where you lose yourself. And so we don't want to end up in that place. So for me, 40 has been a blessing because it's taught me how to not only say no, but be comfortable in my no. And it's an everyday progress. Like, I'm learning to really lean into it. And so, yeah, I'm only 41 and a half, about to be 42, and I still have 8 more years of this wild decade to go. So I can't even imagine what I'm going to be learning next, or what is no foundational for. Learning how to use my nose and be comfortable in my nose. What is that foundational for? What is the next thing that I'm finna learn? Like, I'm excited about the growth that I'm experiencing and the new life that I'm living. Like, it's been a blessing, and I'm just thankful that I'm able to experience it and understand what's happening. So to you, what I would say, not only use your no, be comfortable in your no. People will get over it. They'll be all right. They'll live. And if you say no, they know how to go to the next thing and figure out a solution. If you weren't there, what would they do? Think about that. So I'm going to put some pictures on this video of my sister's friend's birthday party. It was a 90s themed birthday party. What was it? Born in the 80s. What? The 80s made me, the 90s raised me. Yeah, I'm one of those kids. And we had some little spray painted t-shirts made. I had E-Rock on the back of mine. But I'm gonna share some pictures with you so you can kind of see me around my people. I'm not gonna keep you too long. I'm making it quick. Work in the morning, school in the morning. So Sunday night, I'm having my anxiety as usual, but I'm gonna get past it. My calendar looks good, so I'm gonna be good this week. So it was good talking to you guys. It was good sharing with you guys. I look forward to building with you, E-Rock the World Tribe, and I am signing out. Good night.